Hi Taurus, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence. Welcome back if you're a subscriber and welcome in if you're new. This is a weekly reading for August 23rd through the 29th. We are just coming off of that second full moon in Aquarius on the 22nd, so yesterday if you're watching this on Monday. And it was a huge energy, pretty big, pretty dense, and I think a really beautiful and auspicious one because it helped to kind of close out a very important Leo season and Lionsgate month of allowing for change in our lives. All right, so I'm shuffling poorly right for you. I'm dropping cards, but all right, today we're going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Love them. And the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Welch Stein. Beautiful cards. Love them. All right, let's pull you an Enchanted Map Oracle card, Taurus. All right, so this week we're going to take it easy a little bit with the astrology. I'm just feeling like I want to read the cards. All right, I'm going to do a 9-card spread after I pull this oracle, and then we're going to read across and down and all around, right? All right, so hang in with me. Let's do some deep breathing together while I pull this card for you. The Enchanted Map Oracle. You get details, details. Now, does that surprise you? Because we just started Virgo season. This is the first week of Virgo season, and Virgo is very much about the details. It's about taking care of business, making sure the plants are watered, making sure the kids are taking their lunches for the day, making sure that all the things are taken care of, right? So we'll read that in just a second, but I'm also going to lay out 9 for you from the mystical moments. All right, so why don't you breathe with me? Feels good. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths and bring down the cortisol for just a few minutes. See what we see, right? All right, Taurus. So yes, Virgo season should feel comfortable for you. It's fellow Earth, the element of Earth. It's usually a season where we take better care of ourselves, try to get a little healthier, and we take care of business. It's a great time to start getting things done after wrapping up a Leo season where we were going through kind of an acceptance of radical changes that we either have had to make or that we are really wanting to make. And now it's about getting to the details of doing that, right? Okay. Page of Pentacles. These are gorgeous. I will show you each and every card as we go horizontally, vertically, and big picture, all right? 2 of Cups. You may have a message or a conversation with someone. Someone may need to borrow some money. That's the first thing I just got. And you may not know whether or not you're either ready, willing, or able to do that. That was the first message. Yeah, you're a little worried about it, or they're worried about it. Worried about asking you. That's what I'm seeing right now. Taurus. Wow, you got the Hermit card right in the center of your 9 card today. That is Virgo. Hermit card is the Virgo card. And it's also a card of taking time out to rest. And I see that with the next card, the 4 of Swords. I'm going to show you all of these in just a second. Normally I cut and just pull from the top, but for some reason I'm shuffling these out for you. And it just feels good, feels right. You are definitely worried about having a conversation about money with someone that you love. That's what I see. You need to move forward from issues that you've been having about it. It could be about where you live. I see travel here as well, or maybe you need to take some of the money in the budget to travel for some reason, and maybe you don't know whether you have the money to go somewhere, so possibly a vacation, but not sure you can afford it. So I see those kinds of things here. Let me take a good look, and then we're going to read details. Yeah, there's definitely something that's weighing on you heavily. But it feels like it's something good. It almost feels like if you just talked about it, you guys would work out the problem. But I don't know It looks to me like it might be a financial issue, Taurus. What I don't see here is whether or not you actually do have the finances to do whatever it is that you need to do. Whether it's take a vacation or move house or, buy a house or possibly, lend money to someone, something like that. I don't know that you actually have it right now, but you may actually be getting news about something to do with this. So we'll read that in just a minute. But details. So first and foremost, I think the first message, Taurus, for you is going to be to take a look at the books. With the message that just came through to me, it's like, do the paperwork. You may not want to, but it's Virgo season. This is going to probably be coming up. We do, however, have Venus in Libra right now. That does bode well for financial abundance, loosening up, coming in, starting to flow. Good energy for that. All right, details. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. Okay. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Okay. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it may be too late. Clarity and transparency are key. I think I said that right. Yeah. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. Okay. I'm going to read both aspects of this card. Heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that you can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. You're perfect already just as you are because you're you. Just be you, right? Reversed, the details card challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections, to step into the world and engage it without any expectations. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay, so either way, you are most definitely supposed to be careful this week, okay? On the bottom of the deck, I see the Ten of Wands. It's weighing on you, most assuredly. There's something that you need to sort of get off your chest or off your back in this card, right? It could have to do with family or friends with the Three of Cups. It could have to do with get-togethers, again, vacations, or just other people being involved, especially if it has anything to do with your home life. The Four of Pentacles is also about making sure that you're keeping your budget intact, protecting your money, keeping it in the bank, being frugal, and being careful. So with these together, I think it's like someone is either penny pinching to the point where it's too much, and, you don't want to become Scrooge McDuck, right? That's like one side of it that I'm hearing in my head. The other part of it is, though, that you also don't want money, to go through your hands like water either. So this whole reading, and especially the first week of Virgo season, is definitely telling you, to be careful, to be frugal, to be wise, and keep your house in order. I just heard that in my head. Because I think you're worried about it, and I think there are other people involved in the budget. This could be a family, this could be friends. And again, I'm still getting a vacation vibe or moving. Someone here is not saying what they need to say about the situation. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm going to go across the top, then we're going to go vertically, then we're going to do the big picture, all right? We're going to look at the Page of Pentacles. And this is a message that usually has to do with something very real, tangible. So money, details about your job or about your income or about plans that you're making with what to do with money. It definitely has something to do with another person in your life, someone that you love. So if I'm either looking at a couple or I'm looking at a family that is a little worried about it and trying to figure out how to make the best of the situation. But with the Seven of Swords card, on this, it looks like she's taking an egg right out of that nest, right? So I think it's just about managing your resources well, but not doing it in a way where you're not saying anything, right? So, you know, if you happen to be, let's just say, this is no judgment, Taurus. I don't know any of you particularly, right? No judgment to anyone. I'm just saying, if you love to shop and you would consider yourself a little bit of a shopaholic, this would say you probably should be careful, because if you're doing that on the sly, bringing in the bags and putting them in the garage and not telling your hubby or your wife, that could end up being something that bites you in the butt. So this is just saying talk about it. These two cards are saying talk to your person about your finances, because if you don't, it's just going to end up being something later down the line that would make a mountain out of a molehill. It's better, you know, in this card, details, it did say, you know, to just be forthright, right? That transparency is important. And I see that because someone is definitely worried, right? It's like they're seriously worried either about something being seen. So if you've been hiding money, or, you know, or if you've been hiding the fact that you're shopping, or if you're not telling the person in your life about issues with your finances, or you don't want to tell your person that you lost a job or something that has to do with finances, you're just really worried about it. And you're worried about being seen as somehow, I don't know, just I think you're feeling a little, I think maybe I think your self-confidence has taken a hit for some reason. Okay? Now, when I look at this and this, it just tells me that you're really, not only are you worried about it, you're getting a little paranoid that someone's going to judge you for whatever reason, okay? And maybe that's why you're needing some time alone right now. Starting Virgo season, here's the Hermit card, needing time alone. Time alone to think about it and to heal from it. So this is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about peace of mind after difficulty, after heartbreak, after something that happened that wasn't as pleasant. And that comes right under the Seven of Swords. We're going to look at the vertical in a minute, but you're worried about it. You're taking time alone to consider what you're going to do. Now, the reason I said perhaps this is about whether or not you can afford to take a vacation or even move house, and maybe you're not wanting to talk to your family and say, look, we just can't do that right now, and that is something that you feel like might break your family's heart, something like that. I think that's why you need a little time alone. You can see, though, that with the ships on the Hermit card, it's like the ships are coming in, but you don't know when. So right now you need some time alone. Three of Wands, you're waiting for your ships to come in, right? That's this card. Six of Swords, so you can move forward and drop anchor. So maybe you're trying to move house. That's why I said that with the Four of Wands. And if you're trying to move house and drop your anchor in a new place, this is probably saying, you know, just really look at the fine details, right? This is go over the, you know, the insurance and whether you have an HOA and, you know, what the interest rates are, and really look at all the fine details. I know that you're feeling like you got a lot of on your back, but the conversation is the most important part of this entire message. So on the vertical, it's like talk about it so you're not paranoid about the fact that this is going to be worse or harder than it needs to be. Okay, because something is coming in for you, and the pressure will be let off. It's just, you got to have the conversation instead of kind of avoiding it and going off on your own and not saying anything. You need to move forward from the conflict with the Six of Swords and talk about the plan. This is ships, you know, there are ships here, right? This is the ships coming in card. And here she is like above the island ready to drop anchors. So to me, I am definitely seeing there's movement. Someone's either moving house, going on vacation, or needing to talk about the finances in the house, period, right? Seven of Swords. This is kind of the underhanded, sneaky fox card. It can't, you know, to make light of it if it's not that big of a deal. And to the worst of this card, it can be actual theft. So be careful. Just be careful. Really look at the details. If there's something going on and you got scammed and you're like, I can't even tell my wife or my husband, or tell them. They're right there with you. Okay? Your person's good. Four of Swords, you're going to have your peace of mind about it. And Four of Wands, everything will be right with the world. Okay? Again, this is a much needed conversation because you can't carry it any longer. This is something you need to share with the people that you love so that you can put it in the bank and take care of business. That's what I'm seeing. All right? Mind your details. All right, Taurus, you're good at this anyway. This is your bread and butter. You know how to do this. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and I will be here for you next week. Thank you, Taurus. Bye.